Tonight, listen as a single small cup becomes 3 quiet things. A toasted spoonful you can smell and hold, a tiny jar of sunflower butter to lift your toast, and a warmed sunflower-infused oil to rub into your hands before bed. The pan whispers, the seeds shift, and a little ritual unfolds. Let's begin.
Welcome back to Earthy Remedy. I'm Fiona. If you love small, doable kitchen projects that feel like a ritual, you're in the right place. Tonight's promise? 3 modest sunflower rituals you can complete in a single evening. If you like what you hear, please subscribe. It helps us keep these simple recipes coming.
Cold open picture. You pour a tablespoon of seeds into a cold skillet. There's a slow rustle. They settle into the pan. Within minutes, you'll get a nutty lift, that first inhalation of warm seed oil, and it feels like sunshine in the kitchen.
Segment 1. Understanding the problem. Here's a small story. I remember a neighbor on a dusky evening holding a tiny jar she'd made from seeds she'd saved. She knocked on my door and said, "I roasted a spoonful for myself and the whole block smelled like caramel." That jar was tiny, but it kept her sharing, not hoarding. That's the point. Many of us want the comfort of homemade things, but large batches turn practical projects into waste. Small jars are approachable, reduce the risk of rancidity, and encourage daily ritual rather than shelf clutter.
Now, why seeds? Sunflower seeds store a lot of oil. Nutritionally speaking, that oil carries flavor and calories, and chemically, it's what makes a butter smooth and a warm rub nourishing. The downside? Oils can go off. Rancidity happens when oxygen, heat, or light breaks down those fats and creates bitter, off aromas. So the takeaway? Small batches, cool storage, and clean jars keep these rituals pleasant and safe. Segment 2. What tradition and practical science say. Toasting seeds brings 2 things: deeper flavor from Maillard reactions and volatile oils becoming more aromatic. Let me be clear about one thing. Toast too long and you'll get burned bitterness. That sharp, acrid taste comes from overcooking those tiny proteins and sugars. So you want that moment when aroma lifts, but before any smoke appears. As for turning seeds into butter, you're really using mechanical force to liberate that oil and mix it into a paste. If you stop early, it'll be crumbly. If you go long enough, it smooths into a butter. Add a teaspoon of neutral oil only if you need texture help. For the warmed infusion, gentle heat coaxing calendula or citrus peel into sunflower oil brings scent and a soft mouthfeel for the hands. Heat slowly, low and patient, to protect the oils from damage.
Segment 3. Who this suits tonight. If you like low-waste pantry craft, enjoy tactile rituals, or want a small homemade spread for toast, this is for you. Cautions matter. If you have a seed or nut allergy, skip tasting and don't use the topical oil. Cross-contact in shared kitchens can be real, so consider alternatives like roasted chickpea paste or a pumpkin seed version. This is non-medical self-care, nourishing and sensory, not a medical treatment.
Segment 4. Recipe walkthrough. I'll read ingredients slowly so you can jot them down or cook along. The full written recipe will be in the show notes.
Ingredient list. Read slowly. For the toasted spoon, 1 tablespoon sunflower seeds. For tiny sunflower butter, 3/4 cup toasted sunflower seeds. 1/2 to 1 teaspoon neutral oil or water to adjust texture. A pinch of salt. Optional 1 teaspoon maple syrup. For the warmed infused oil rub, 2 tablespoons sunflower oil with 1 teaspoon grated calendula petals, or a small scrap of orange peel for scent. Optional. For topical use, dilute to a 1:6 ratio with a gentle carrier oil before applying to skin. Equipment: a small skillet, a spoon, a food processor or mortar and pestle,
a fine sieve or strainer, a sterilized 4-ounce jar for your butter, and a small heat-proof bowl for the warm infusion.
Now the steps. I'll number them and pause so you can follow along. Step 1. Toast your single spoon. Place 1 tablespoon of sunflower seeds into a cold, small skillet. Turn heat to medium-low. Stir or shake the pan frequently. In about 2 to 4 minutes, you'll smell a warm, nutty aroma. That's your cue. Remove to a small dish and let cool. Taste a single seed once it cools. Notice the difference.
Step 2. For the tiny jar of sunflower butter, start with 3/4 cup of toasted seeds. Put them into your food processor or mortar. Pulse in 10-15 second bursts. At first, it will be gritty, then paste-like, then smooth as oil releases. If the texture stalls, add just 1/2 to 1 teaspoon neutral oil or a splash of water to help it along. Add a pinch of salt and, if you like sweetness, a teaspoon of maple. Total blending time in a good processor is roughly 2 to 4 minutes. Use short pulses so you don't overheat it.
Step 3. Spoon the butter into a sterilized 4-ounce jar. Don't double dip the spoon. Wipe the rim clean, seal, and let it cool fully before refrigerating. Label it with today's date. Step 4. To make the warmed infused oil, combine 2 tablespoons sunflower oil and your optional calendula or orange peel in a small heat-proof bowl set over the lowest heat. You can also use a very gentle double boiler. Keep the heat low, warm for 20 to 30 minutes. You're not frying, you're coaxing scent and gentle constituents into the oil. Remove from heat, let cool slightly, then strain through a fine sieve into a clean jar.
Step 5. Dilution and patch testing for the hand rub. For general hand use, dilute the infused oil at a 1:6 ratio with a mild carrier like sweet almond or fractionated coconut oil. That's 1 part infused oil to 6 parts carrier. Apply a pea size to the inside forearm and wait 24 hours. If any redness, intense itch, or burning occurs, do not use on larger skin areas. Avoid using on broken skin or near the eyes or lips.
Step 6. Serving ideas. For the toasted spoon, taste it plain or sprinkle atop a bowl of oats. The tiny sunflower butter is lovely on toast, folded into yogurt, or spread thin on apple slices. The warmed oil rub is a nightly tactile pause. Warm your hands. Rub a little on your palms and along the backs of your hands. Breathe in the gentle scent.
Segment 5. Storage and serving tips. Label jars with the date. Keep sunflower butter refrigerated and use within 10 to 14 days. Infused oil refrigerated stays best for 4 to 6 weeks. How do you tell if something has gone rancid? Trust your nose and taste. If it smells sharp, painty, or bitter, discard. A little change in texture is normal, but off aromas are the main warning sign. Segment 6. Safety, cautions, and when to avoid. If you have a known seed or nut allergy, skip tasting and skip topical steps. Cross-contact and shared kitchens can be dangerous. Use separate utensils or prepare these jars at a time when cross-contact risk is low. For topical use, always patch test on the inner forearm and wait 24 hours. Avoid applying oils to broken skin. If you're unsure about interactions with medications or sensitive skin conditions, check with a healthcare provider.
Quick alternatives for seed-sensitive listeners. Roasted chickpea spread. Mash 1/4 cup roasted chickpeas with a teaspoon of olive oil and a pinch of salt. Or a pumpkin seed butter substitute, using roasted tolerated seeds if those are safe for you.
Segment 7. Reflection and encouragement. If you made anything tonight, take a moment. Cradle the tiny jar in your hands. Smell the warm, nutty steam. Notice the texture on your fingertip. This is not about perfection. It's about slowing down and making space for small homemade things. You've turned a cup of seeds into taste, a jar, and a little ritual of warmth. Before we close, a couple of quick reminders. Use sterilized jars, date everything, store cool, and when in doubt, toss it. Small batches are kinder to your kitchen and to your palate.
Call to action. If you tried the tiny jar or the warmed rub, we'd love to hear. Send a short voice note or a DM and tell us how it turned out or what you changed. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to Earthy Remedy so these small rituals can keep coming to your ears and your kitchen.
Thank you for spending this quiet, seed-scented evening with me. Take care of your jars, take care of your hands, and remember, small care often makes for lasting habits. Listen to your body. Trust the earth. Feel the difference.